It's just water. It's just water.
今回は
It's
俺
just
の勝ちだったよ
water.
うだな。
It's just water.
Bottled water scan.
Well, first of all, we should realize that a lot of bottled water is tap water.
Yeah, what do you mean? I thought that they came from like the mountains and the streams and the springs of Maine.
That's what they would have us believe.
Bottled water is the greatest advertising and marketing trick of all time.
Drinking another bottled water until you watch this video because it may contain a toxic chemical known as PFAS. So you can see Consumer Reports did a study and found these PFAS chemicals in a lot of popular water brands and especially carbonated water. But what are PFAS chemicals? So they're man-made chemicals often referred to as forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment or our bodies and accumulate over time. Even according to the EPA, you can see that they cause reproductive and developmental issues as well as tumors in animal studies. So who are these offenders? Well, for sparkling water, here's the list of the biggest offenders. And then for non-carbonated water, these two brands had high PFAS levels and Starkey had high arsenic levels.
Y'all need to stop drinking from plastic. Understand that when you drink from plastic, you are exposing yourself to thousands of different chemicals. And these researchers in Germany found that there were 25,000 different chemicals in one single bottle. And when those bottles are exposed to any sunlight or simply sitting on the shelf, those chemicals leach into the water. And the water that you drink absorbs into your bloodstream and your brain. This is a huge reason why so many people, especially men, are having hormone disruptions and low levels of testosterone. And just because it's free of BPAs does not mean that it's safe. So if you are buying bottled water, make sure that it's coming in a glass bottle. And then reuse that bottle by filling it up with clean, fresh water. Stay woke, fam.
It's just water. It's just water.
今回は
It's
俺
just
の勝ちだ
water.
ったようだな。
It's just water. It's just water.
Several other popular brands, including Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water and Volvic, selling bottled water that is federally compliant, but above what growing research suggests may be unsafe to drink. Arsenic is a heavy metal that, with chronic exposure over time, can cause serious health problems.
Hey, I want to talk to you about the dangers of plastic bottles. Now, these are things that most people consume almost every day. I mean, whether you're stopping at a gas station or grocery store, lots of us are drinking it out of plastic. But here's what I want to tell you is that these plastics are not necessarily a natural material. What happens is they can accumulate toxins in our body over time, which have both foreseen and unforeseen consequences to our bodies. Here's some fast facts. Americans buy 500 million, think about that, 500 million bottles of water every single week. That's enough to circle the globe 5 times, and it costs 2,000 times more than tap water. So again, bottled water is something that obviously is a more recent phenomenon, but again, these things are adding up and actually causing health issues in millions of people around the world. So let's talk about what's in bottled water and the risks. Number one, they contain hormone-disrupting chemicals. Now, most of us have heard by now of a compound called BPA, that's bisphenol A, and BPA has been shown to be an endocrine disruptor, okay? So this is gonna cause issues with hormones, whether it be estrogen and progesterone, testosterone. It's gonna throw off these hormones and cause issues like infertility.
When you buy a plastic bottle of water, 90% of the cost is because of the oil needed to make it. If you were to fill up a single 16.9 ounce plastic bottle a quarter of the way with oil, that is how much oil it takes to make one plastic bottle of water.
Yeah, so this would be how much, this is the oil right here. Like,
yeah, it's not chocolate milk, pretend that's oil.
The unprocessed oil at least,
Yeah.
but it's still
That's how much it takes to make one of these.
one bottle.
Yeah.
It's insane. Totally insane.
And that's just one bottle.
Yeah. On average, Americans purchase about 50 billion plastic bottles a year, which comes to well over 18 million barrels of crude oil a year. Do you know how many cars that can fill for a year? More than 1 million. 1 million tanks of gas.
What?
Yes.
But then that isn't even counting the oil needed to ship the bottles. Think about it.